Hello. Today I will walk you through the Pyze process intelligence solution designed to help organizations understand and maximize the effectiveness of any business process or application. Today, we're looking at a fraud processing use case at a global financial organization. This customer came to us with specific goals to transform their fraud and compliance processes. They were processing roughly 2 million fraud cases monthly, and their adjudicating officers were overworked and the costs were climbing month over month. Their first goal was to decrease the number of cases that were adjudicated manually, with the objective of reducing the cost of fraud processing by 20%. Secondly, they wanted to identify opportunities to improve employee productivity with the objective of discovering bottlenecks at task execution level and understanding the time and actions involved at each step of the process. Process intelligence makes it easy to understand how the customer's 2 million fraud cases flow through their compliance process and quickly get a sense of bottlenecks and hotspots. The process intelligence platform automatically discovers the process workflow variants for case processing, measures employee task level effectiveness, identifies bottlenecks, and recommends business rules for remediation. We ingested data from their primary case orchestration system. We also ingested audit logs from their legacy mainframe system and additional metadata that described each case. We combined this information with employee and operator data, things like employees' role and department, and approximate pay band information, such as junior employees with a certain title make X amount, senior employees make Y amount, etc. Once we understand the specific business problems that we're solving for, we can go into the system and teach the AI and machine learning platforms what we're optimizing and solving for. The system will do business rule extraction, data segmentation, and enable real-time alerting. Switching over to Slack, you can see that I've got a number of new real-time insights to review from PyzeBot. PyzeBot can send me real-time alerts via Slack, Teams, email, or within the Pyze platform itself. These automated insights are an extension of the machine learning platform that analyze the data in real time and pull out actionable or interesting changes in the process or in application data that a process or application owner will find interesting and useful. It could be something operational like this first one. You see the priority case IDs stuck in a specific status. Or it could be something like this, where we can notice something well before any human user manager can see, where the time on task for a specific step of a particular type is taking longer than normal. It could also be a change in the process. Here, we can see that the system has flagged a new bottleneck in a particular stage, causing a measurable delay in case closure. Using any of the pre-built SDKs or data connectors, all it takes is a single line of code, and we are able to get detailed information on what the employees are actually doing, in what order, and how much time is being spent. You can see here on the dashboard, we've got extremely detailed productivity information. We can get down to the types of cases by user, how long each action takes. We can even get down to the number of clicks within a section or what parts of a form are being used or not used. This deep and granular data allows us to really understand where employees are spending time, where they experience frustration, and where we can optimize the user experience of the process or the application. Switching over to our process mapping tool, we can very easily view the different ways in which cases are being processed. As we view this animation, we can easily see where there are loops in the process, where things are getting stuck, and hotspots both in time and cost in this process. We can also very easily drill into any part of this process just by clicking or double-clicking on a node. Let's double-click into this adjudication process and really understand the tasks that are within it. Zoomed in here on the specific tasks that are within the adjudication part of the process, we can immediately see a number of really interesting things. We can visually see where cases are getting stuck, where cases are flowing to, and the real-world order in which work is being completed. I can dig into this even further just by clicking on one of these nodes. Below, you will see various segmentations of the data. Some of these segmentations are automatically added by the machine learning platform, showing which data it thinks are going to be the most interesting or relevant about this specific part of the process. In these segmentations, we can see a number of interesting things. The charts in this first row are really showing us the steps before and after the one we selected, and the following rows are focused on the selected step and those beyond. We can examine the step level data by any of the case metadata. For example, here we can observe how much time employees are spending by case type. Here we can see that the number of interrupts that the employee is facing while doing specific tasks. both how often they're being interrupted and how long they're switching to other applications before completing this work. This data segmentation shows a large amount of time is spent outside of our primary application during this significant transactions task. Users can further dig into the data in a number of different ways manually. Right here on the process map, we can add a segmentation so we can track the change in process over time. Choose what kind of metrics you want to look at. For example, if you want to see where those interrupts are happening, where more time is being spent, where the most clicks are happening, and we can group this by any of the data or metadata in the system. We can do a time series analysis, we can look at the metadata of that particular case, we can look at the data that we have about that particular step, or we can look at that data that we have about that user, things like role and department. Any business user can come into the Data Insights tool and investigate the data very easily, and add charts to reports or dashboards. For example, if I wanted to understand where the least amount of time is being spent by employees, we can look at time on task. We can choose to look at the bottom 10 and group it by some metadata, such as case type or category, which will give us a number of places where employees are not spending very much time at all, which are great areas for optimization. Switching over to our Business Goals tab, where we've taught the AI to do business rule extraction for those things we are optimizing for, here we can see the specific goal of increasing suppressed cases. The AI system has flagged specific matching data, which based on certain combinations of case types, case attributes, event data, and user data, result in a measurable impact towards the specific goal. For example, for KYC cases where the customer has a compliant KYC file, the system has high confidence that these cases can be suppressed based on factors like the amount of time spent and the final disposition of these cases. From here, you can choose to implement a specific automation or investigate further using any of the tools shown previously. As you can see, the Pyze Intelligence Platform understands business processes at a very granular level in an automated fashion and then surfaces bottlenecks and business rules for remediation within the context of specific customer goals to achieve operational excellence.